I'm back, guys. I took a little break, but I'm back. So in the description, I'm going to mention the winners of the last giveaway. So it was only supposed to be one winner, but it's actually going to be two, because I want to thank you guys so much for all your prayers, all your good thoughts. I took a social media break for 2 weeks. I didn't really tell you guys on YouTube, but for everybody following me on Facebook and Instagram, all of you guys knew. So this is the top 10 designer fragrance list for fall 2020. Appreciate all of you guys. Run my music. So I'm running a new format here, and I'm pretty sure you guys are gonna like this format because it's really different. So what I'm doing different with this format is I'm gonna include fragrances from 2019, so last year. I'm also gonna include fragrances that just dropped this year that I feel like you guys should try. And of course, I'm gonna talk about a few fragrances that I own or just added to my collection that I'm going to be rocking this 2020. Without further ado, at the number 10 spot, we have CH Bad Boy. So this is Carolina Herrera. This came out last year. It kind of has a funky little box. So I will classify this as sweet, synthetic, nutty, and chocolatey. Now, not chocolatey like chocolate, but cacao, because this actually has the cacao note in it. Now, the performance on this is actually pretty good. It's a little on the synthetic side, but it is sweet, it is different, it is unique. I feel like it'll appeal to a lot of people. I don't feel like this will be a fragrance that a lot of people that wear niche fragrances or classier fragrances would appreciate, but for the people that love designer fragrances, I feel like this will appeal more to you guys. So this is definitely at the number 10 spot. We got CH Bad Boy. Number 9 spot, we got something that is on a lot of people's lists, and for good reason, and I finally just pulled the trigger on it last year. But I'm talking about Chrome's AZZARO Wanted by Night. This right here, I would classify this as sweet, spicy, gourmand. Now, this, like the original that came out, it's going to be really sweet, it's going to be really seductive, but what they made different from this one is this definitely packs a stronger punch, and it's definitely darker. That orange mandarin note is kind of like a bitter orange, and this is just a really, really good fragrance. A little on the synthetic side, but it's really sweet and it's really blended well together, and this lasts all day. Compliment side, you're definitely going to get compliments on this. People love this fragrance. This is going to cut through the cold weather, so it's going to last all day. It's going to project very well, so you're going to leave a scent bubble. This is just an overall great fragrance, and it would have been higher on the list if the other things on the list weren't better than this. But number 9 spot, you got Chrome AZZARO Wanted by Night. Number 8, this is kind of unfair because this is a fragrance that's been discontinued and it's not the easiest fragrance to find, but I'm definitely going to be rocking this, and I believe I acquired this last year myself, but I'm talking about Midnight in Paris. This fragrance right here is just super versatile. It has great performance. I would classify this as powdery, sweet, and leathery. Now the leather note on this is toned down, so it's not punching you in the face. This is a very pleasant fragrance, really good on the performance department, really good on the compliment department. It doesn't project like crazy, but it does last, and the people around you will smell it, and it's just really pleasant. Like, I feel like you can wear this anywhere, anytime, but it really works better in the fall because of its darker qualities. But absolutely love this fragrance. So number 8 spot, we got Midnight in Paris by Van Cleef and Arpels. Number 7, so this is it's still kind of newer in my collection. I've had it for a little bit over a year. You guys heard me talk about this before, and I'm still surprised by talking about an AESOP fragrance, but we're talking about Marrakech Intense. This is the toilet version. I haven't tried the perfume version yet, but man, I would classify this as definitely oriental, spicy, and woody. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, if you are a fan of spicy oriental fragrances, this is definitely a fragrance that you need to check out. Now, when it comes to Oriental fragrances, I don't feel like they're going to be as mass appealing. I don't feel like a lot of people would really like them, but for the people that do like Oriental fragrances, because there's a lot of us out there, you would love this fragrance. It's just put together so well. It smells so natural. It honestly, to me, I feel like it's a niche level fragrance. Like, it's just super unique. It smells really good. I feel like this appeals more to the older crowd, because I definitely do get compliments more from the older crowd. But man, this is a gorgeous, gorgeous fragrance. I do have a full review on this coming out soon, so check out for that. Also, I did a full review of Midnight in Paris as well. I will link that down below. You guys don't want to miss it. Number 7 spot, we got Marrakech Intense by AESOP. Number 6, you guys have heard me talk about this fragrance so many times, but I'm talking about Valentino Uomo Intense. I would classify this as leathery, sweet, and creamy. So with that vanilla note and that leather note in there, I feel like they're super prominent. But this is also a really sweet, seductive fragrance, perfect for date nights, perfect for if you just want to really get that attention and you really want to wow people and get those compliments. This is definitely in that department. Great performer. This is definitely a leather jacket. What I'm wearing right now, this is the perfect outfit for this. So this is something you can dress down. You can also dress it up. I just love the versatility. I love how well it projects. I love everything about this fragrance. I also have a full review of this coming out soon, so stay tuned for that. Number 6 spot, Valentino Uomo Intense. Number 5, so we actually have a 2020 release. This is Dolce & Gabbana K, the perfume version. Now, this is something that I feel like you could wear from spring to fall. I feel like they work well in those areas. I would classify this as fresh, spicy, and fruity. Now, normally when you're thinking about a fragrance to wear in the fall, you're not thinking about anything fresh. Now, this has some fresh qualities. It also has some darker qualities. That's why I feel like it works in the spring. It also works in the fall. This is a great, great fragrance. It's put together so well. I heard somebody say that this reminds them of a mix between Bleu de Chanel and Dior Sauvage, and when I smelled it, I actually thought the same thing. So it doesn't quite smell like Dior Sauvage or Bleu de Chanel, but it does have qualities from both that kind of smell similar to both. Now, it doesn't have the best projection in the world. It has a pretty decent performance. It does really well in the compliment department, even though I haven't worn it for many days, but when I did wear it a few times, I did receive compliments here and there. This is definitely something that I would say is mass appealing. It is definitely better than its predecessor, and this is just an overall great fragrance, and it's greatly priced. So at the number 5 spot, we got Dolce & Gabbana K 2020 version perfume. Number 4. So it took me a while to put this in my collection, but this is a fragrance that a lot of people rave about, and I've been raving about the non-eau de parfum version, but I'm talking about Guerlain IEL Eau de Parfum. So this one right here, I will pretty much classify this as sweet, gourmand, spicy. This fragrance, it is absolutely amazing. They say it opens up like Coca-Cola, and they were not lying. This is like cherry Coca-Cola. It's just so sweet, so seductive. It's very cheap. It's not that hard to find, actually. You can find it at a lot of discounters. For a cheap fragrance, I feel like this packs a really good punch. Very well in the compliment department. Has a pretty good performance. This is, I feel like it's a must-have. At the price, this is a great bang for your buck fragrance right here. You just can't go wrong with this fragrance. Absolutely love it. I'm definitely going to do a full review of this because I haven't yet, but you guys deserve that. But number 4 spot, you got Guerlain IDL Perfume. Number 3, I'm not going to lie. Top 3 is going to be nothing but bangers. Number 3 shocked me because I didn't expect to like it as much as I did. This kind of took me back to when the first one came out about 10 years or so, and it was the fragrance. Like, everybody loved it. I don't care what you say. People might not be raving about it now, but when it first came out, people were raving about it. But I'm talking about the new 1 million Eau de Parfum 2020. This one right here shocked me. I did not expect this. This pretty much brought me back for when the first one came out. First one came out really wowed me when it first came out. This one really wowed me. Now, this is a strong fragrance, so I'm going to tell you guys right now, 2 sprays max is all you need, because this fragrance will choke you out. This is definitely the best performer in everything else on this list by far. This is definitely the best projection of anything in this collection by far. So if you like super strong fragrance, punch you in the face fragrances, this is definitely the one for you. But this is very similar to the other ones, but it's also different because the other ones, they had a gourmandish note in it. This one doesn't, but it does come off gourmandish still. It does come off a little bit more floral, but it is sweet, it is spicy. I would classify this as sweet, salty, and earthy, because when you first spray it, it actually has a salty smell to it. And this is weird because when you think of salty, you don't really think of something you'd wear in the fall, but this is a really dark fragrance, even though it's earthy and it's fresh at the same time. So it just has a ton of qualities in it, and I feel like you could definitely wear this on a lot of different occasions. Not something I would wear in the hot weather though, because of just how strong and dark it is. Not something I wear in the warmer weathers, but in the cold, I feel like this will really shine. Definitely have a full review coming out this one very soon, but man, I'm really impressed by this. So coming at the number 3 spot, we got PACO Rabanne's 1 Million Perfume. Number 2, I was actually excited for this release because I like the intense version so much, and I actually wanted to buy it again until I seen this was coming out. So I said, let me put my nose on this first, then let me make my decision. So I'm talking about Hugo Boss 2020 Boss Bottled Eau de Parfum. I actually like this better than I like the Boss Bottled Intense. So this is going to smell very similar to Boss Bottled Intense. So if you guys were a fan of Boss Bottled Intense like I was, you're definitely going to love this one. What I like about this one a little bit more is it's a little bit more smoother and more refined. It's not as dark, but on the performance side, I feel like it actually performs a little bit better than Boss Bottled Intense. But man, this was a great release because they brought a classic back. They brought something that we really liked back, and they refined it, tweaked it, and made it a little bit better. I'm definitely going to be rocking this. I don't have a full bottle yet, but I'm definitely going to be purchasing very soon. Boss Bottled Eau de Parfum 2020. Great fragrance. I would classify this as sweet, spicy, and fruity. But this is an amazing fragrance. I could go on and on about this all day. Coming at the number 2 spot, we got Boss Bottled Eau de Parfum 2020. They can only be number 1. Now I threw some bangers at you, so I'm sure you guys are like, man, what could be number 1 if you had all these bangers on there? So, and no surprise, it is another replica. I've had a lot of replicas hit the number 1 spot because they just come out with some really good fragrances. This one is a fragrance that came out last year, so 2019. It's called Coffee Break. Coffee Break has nothing but 3 notes, very simple. And man, that opening is phenomenal. Like, I absolutely love this fragrance. I would classify this as sweet, gourmand, and creamy, because when you first spray it, you get a lot of that coffee note. It dries down, it gets a little bit creamier, then it's just sweet all around, and it almost smells like it has a little bit of leather in there, because they might, I don't know, but it's just it's blended so well. And if it's one thing about Replica that I like, it's how well they blend their fragrances and how good their fragrances smell. This is a little bit on the synthetic side, but at the same time, it's not a synthetic that really throws you off, because I feel like a lot of synthetic fragrance throws you off because it just smells fake. But this one smells really good. Like, I really like it. Definitely a unisex fragrance. Definitely great projection. Great on the compliment side. People absolutely love this fragrance. I'm definitely going to be wearing this fragrance a whole lot. But there you go, guys. That is my top 10 designer fragrances for the fall. Let me know what you guys think about this new format. Let me know what you guys think about my top 10 list, and let me know what your top 5 is down below in the comments. Great to be back. Thank you guys for making it all the way to the end. Now, 3 things that help this channel out a great deal. So the first thing is liking this video. Second thing is commenting. The third thing is, if you like the content that you just watched, please subscribe. And don't forget to smell stylish. See you guys next time.